Warning: the following video utilizes copyright fair use notice Title 17 U.S. Code sections 107 through 118 of the copyright law. All media in this video is used for the purpose of review and commentary under the terms of fair use. All footage, music, and images used belong to their respective copyright holders. Hello everyone, I'm Bionic Slime, your online voice for reviews of your choice. And welcome to BS Reviews. Today I'm finishing up my much belated end of the year video lists for 2016's worst and best movies. Now it's time to get onto the good stuff, the absolute best movies to come out of 2016. As I said before, these are my personal choices. Feel free to agree or disagree as much as you please. And like I also said last time, the reason it's only top 10 and not my usual top 12 is because I truly didn't love any movies other than these top 10 enough to add them. Let's get started with my top 10 best movies of 2016. Number 10. Doctor Strange. While Marvel has admittedly made better films than this particular entry, this venture into Marvel's magical universe was certainly not a disappointing one. Benedict Cumberbatch is just absolutely perfect for the Sorcerer Supreme. He nails the iconic look and personality marvelously, and he's got some stellar supporting castmates like Chiwetel Ejiofor, Tilda Swinton, and Mads Mikkelsen. I love the unique scope of this mystical arts world. So much to see, so much to learn and understand, and it creates for some truly stunning visuals and sequences. There's a lot of potential here, and the unique way in which Strange saves the day allows for some interesting material to branch out in later sequels, of which I am eagerly looking forward to. Number 9. Sausage Party. Just when you thought Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, and his foul-mouthed friends couldn't get more disgusting or dirty-mouthed, I couldn't believe what I was seeing when I watched this movie. I couldn't even keep track of all the offensive jokes this movie bombarded me with. I didn't know if I should be laughing my ass off or be thoroughly disgusted. And I loved it for that. What I love best about the movie is the interesting messages about racism and beliefs that were planted throughout the dick, boobs, and ass jokes. The movie went places I knew it would, and several other places I never could have imagined it would, both in filthy humor and in story-wise. The cast is just bursting at the seams with comedic talent, and I just love how unapologetically brutal this film was with its filthy humor. It's low and dirty as hell, but it does its job well, and God help me, I just could not stop laughing. Number 8. Lights Out. One of the most inventive horror movies I've seen in years, Lights Out looks like it's going to be brain dead on arrival, but proves to be exceedingly smart and fresh instead. This movie has a cast that not only can act, but is actually smart and uses their brains instead of falling into the same pitfalls most horror movie victims do. The movie is also friggin' scary as hell. The shadow monster, ghost thing, the use of light and darkness, it's all freaking terrifying. It was all handled so brilliantly well that even though you knew what may be coming, it was done in such a unique way that it was just so much more effective. You know, it had a low budget, but it does so much with it, and it makes the scares so much more effective. This movie impressed me immeasurably. It's smart, scary, and intense, and manages to do all of this with a fraction of the budget most movies get. This is a must-own flick for me, and a must-see for horror fans. Number 7. Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. Again, much like Lights Out, my expectations were fairly low for this film, and I didn't know how this movie was going to play out. This turned out to be one of the funniest damn movies I've ever seen. This is a raunchy comedy that really knows how to squeeze out the best of their actors. They make every laugh and every reaction feel 1,000 times funnier than expected. Anna Kendrick, Zac Efron, Aubrey Plaza, and Adam Devine are the 4-person dream team I never knew existed, and now I want them to keep on working together because they are just comedy gold. I didn't think I'd love this movie as much as I did, but I'm glad I gave it a chance because just thinking about this film puts a smile on my face. It always cheers me up and can make me laugh even through the roughest of times, and that's saying something. Number 6. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I never understood why we needed to know how the rebellion got a hold of the Death Star plans. Now I know. So Gareth Edwards can make this phenomenal piece of cinematic history. This was such a thrilling, intense look at the Star Wars universe. There's never been a Star Wars film like this before, and I'm not sure there ever will. This was like a heist movie or a Mission Impossible kind of angle. The never-ending sea of escalating stakes that just made things more compelling, more absorbing. I was hooked from start to finish. Alan Tudyk, Felicity Jones, Donnie Yen, Forrest Whitaker, everyone here just blew me away and expanded on the Star Wars lore with even more unforgettable characters. This is a great addition to the Star Wars universe, and I loved every minute of it. Number 5, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. In a lot of ways, I loved this more than I did most of the original Harry Potter movies. This new expansion of the story and characters provided us with a wonderful entryway into a familiar universe with plenty of fresh stories to tell. Eddie Redmayne is just amazing as Newt Scamander, and his relationship with his human friend Jacob, it's one of the best parts of the entire movie. There's such a rich wealth of imagination, original creatures, and just charming characters all around. I love the sense of friendship, the compassion, and the heart this movie has. There's so much love and emotion here, you can really feel it in the writing and in the flow of the story. Normally, I think milking franchises like this in these spin-offs and other sequels is just a cheap means to make a quick buck out of a dying franchise. But I feel this movie series is actually worth it, and if the sequels are half as charming as this one, then we are in for a very good long haul. Number 4, Deadpool. I've waited a long time to see my favorite comic book character come to 3D movie life, and by God, it was damn well worth the wait. Deadpool is a genius mix of immature and mature content, too graphic for kids and too stupid for sanity's sake, but somehow it works. This is a wildly different kind of superhero movie, and it shows how well an R-rated comic book film can be successful as the big PG-13 boys. Ryan Reynolds was just born to play Deadpool. He made the character jump off the pages of the book and onto the screen. I own many of his books, so I can personally say he did this character perfect justice. He is Deadpool. How many actors can say that they truly brought a comic book character to life that perfectly? The writing was just hysterical. It was ridiculously sharp. I loved the film's sense of humor, and the lower budget actually made the movie even funnier. This is a highly quotable, highly rewatchable piece of absurd art and one of the best comic book film adaptations ever created. Number 3, Moana. Disney has got a new animation renaissance on its hands, and this movie is one of its absolute bests. Moana is, for lack of a better word, just beautiful in every conceivable way, and it never falters once. The music, iconic and catchy. The comedy, witty and universal. The characters, instantly likable and even more lovable. The animation, perfect, gorgeously perfect. I've watched this movie dozens of times, and I have listened to the soundtrack even more times, and I have not gotten sick of either one, no matter how many times I've seen it on DVD or heard the music in my head. I seriously say that this movie is on par with some of Disney's classics like The Lion King and The Little Mermaid. I cannot recommend it enough. It's lovable, memorable, and just full of heart and spirit and just great writing. It's just so damn good, and I really just can't get enough of it. Number 2, Captain America Civil War. Infinity War may not be here yet, but this is a pretty good substitute until it comes out. Captain America has gotten better with each new sequel, and this particular film proves that the number 3 film in the series isn't always the worst one. Civil War is the most intelligent Marvel film in the whole series. The issues these heroes fight over is very real. They feel painfully real. Like you could get so invested you write up epic speeches on why you chose which side you're on. I love seeing Tony and Steve battle it out. It was so heartbreaking and meaningful. Like this was the fight we all dreaded but somehow knew was coming at one point or another. Black Panther and Spider-Man could not have asked for a better time to come in. Both of their arrivals were handled just flawlessly. Something that Batman vs. Superman could have learned when they introduced Wonder Woman and Batman at the same time as a Superman sequel. And holy shit, Baron Zemo has got to be one of the best Marvel villains ever. I love everything about how they handled him, his motivation, his actor, just the way they used him just felt so much more different than other Marvel villains. I will never get bored with this movie, never. And if I ever need a movie for movie night and I need something that's good, that's going to always satisfy me, always impress me, this is the movie to go for. And my number one best movie of 2016 is Zootopia. Yes, despite my glowing adoration for Moana, in the end, I feel Zootopia is the one film in 2016 that took a unique variety of risks and packaged them in a beautiful way that can universally appeal to children and adults without losing any intelligence or quality in the process. It's a film that could have easily been saturated with cliche puns and two-dimensional characters, but instead, they created a unique world of cohabitation that allowed for the most interesting allegory for racism to appear in a kid's film. And all through the guise of the best damn written Bunny and Fox characters ever put to film. This film doesn't try to be funny. It is funny, but it's also colorful, well written, and it accomplishes so much without people even realizing it. I needed to watch this movie a few more times to really just sink in just how smart this movie is and how much all of its brain power is put into this heartfelt kids film, and it's amazing. This is a beautiful movie through and through, and I will never be able to say enough good things about it to do this movie justice. I need more Zootopia. I don't care if it's books, games, sequels, or TV series. I need more of it, and so does the world. I love this movie, and I strongly believe if you watch it, you will too. So those are my top 10 best movies of 2016. Please let me know what you thought were the best movies of 2016. Are they on this list? Which ones should I have added? List all your choices below and let me know as many as you like. That's all for now. This has been Bionic Slime for BS Reviews. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.
That's how you do an evil laugh. Ciao for now.